So today's subject is, will my ex ever contact me again? Just before we go any further, if you've been enjoying the content so far, please hit subscribe, hit a like. It will greatly help me out. If you have any questions that you would like me to look at in the future and put into a video, leave a comment. I am considering setting up an email address dedicated to this channel so people can email me directly and I will be able to help you guys better. So, will my ex ever contact me again? Maybe, maybe not. The fact is, we will never know. We don't want to mind read, and we have no idea what is going on in your ex's head. Even you, right now, don't really know what's going on in your ex's head, even though you was very close to them. But there are some generic things that happen with most breakups, and we can cover those. So you've just broken up, it's fresh, it's raw. Basically, your now ex-partner has asked you to back off, is to be away from you. That's what they've asked you to do. They don't want you to reach out right now. Reaching out to them right now is the worst possible thing you can do. I mentioned in the previous video, if you were to ask your partner to leave you alone, you go into the bedroom and shut the door, and then they're banging down the door to get your attention, even though you've asked them to leave you alone, you're going to think they're a knobhead. And you're likely to create more distance, get more angry, and just think they're not listening to you. So what you need to do right now is to listen to your ex, is to give them that distance, give them that silence, let them think about the situation. Okay, so don't reach out to your ex-partner. Do not do that. That is the worst possible thing you can do. It will destroy your chances. I know this sounds counterintuitive. It really does sound counterintuitive. I get it. I've been there, done it, made every mistake there is out there. And what I can tell you from experience of being the dumper and being the dumpy across many relationships is that when I've pursued an ex, when they've asked me to leave them alone, it just pushed them further away. And when I've been on that side of the fence, when I've asked an ex to leave me alone and to give me some space, it pushed me further away. The exes that did leave me alone, I was more inclined to have contact with them. I was more inclined for me as the dumper to reach out to them. I'm not saying this is true in every case, but if you leave them alone, it does improve your chances or the chances of them reaching out to you quite considerably. But don't sit there waiting for the phone to ring or for your Facebook to send you a notification or for your phone to go off or a text message. So let's define them contacting you. What would that be? Now, if you share a house, share children, and they contact you and it's just about business, i.e., taking care of your kids, taking care of the finances, that's not reaching out, that's not contact, that's taking care of business. Them actually contacting you would be something along the lines of, hey, how are you? I miss you, let's talk about things. It would be something along the lines of that, so you have to be very careful. So you want to be able to understand this, assimilate this information, and just back the fuck off. I know this is hard to hear, and trust me, when I was first giving this advice from a relationship coach, a breakup coach, whatever you want to call it, I'm not saying I'm any of that at all. It was hard for me to hear, but at times, the ex did reach out. At other times, they didn't reach out. It depends on how the breakup happened. It depends on a lot of things. If you genuinely had a very happy, fulfilling, mutually given relationship, and it was 90%, 80, 90% happy, and it was just like the last 10% you couldn't agree on some core fundamentals. I don't know, how to raise the children, life goals, that kind of thing, philosophical differences, you know, then the chances of them reaching out if you leave them alone are good. But don't pin your hopes on that. I don't know how long it will be. I don't know if they will reach out. So on the flip side of that, if you cheated, if you done something horribly wrong to that person, if you were abusive, if you were toxic, and you have to be really honest with yourself here, were you a toxic person? Did you become very insecure when they went out with their friends and they just can't take it anymore? Then the chances of them reaching out may be considerably lower. So it's very context dependent here. Either way, going no contact is still the best option. It's the best option to improve your chances of them reaching out and maybe getting a reconciliation. And it's the best way to go away and work on yourself. No contact shouldn't be, you shouldn't be weaponizing no contact to, as in trying to manipulate your ex to get them back. You don't want to be manipulating. Okay, it's not a manipulation tactic. It's a tool. It's the best tool that you've got right now. It's the tool that you use to go away, reflect on how did you contribute to this breakup? What did you do wrong? And there's power in that. Take responsibility for your shit as well. There's power in taking responsibility. Try and recollect on what they tried to tell you over the last few months. Because typically a breakup doesn't happen right there and then. Typically your partner's been thinking about it for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, maybe sometimes a couple of years. And they finally worked up the courage to end it, or something pushed them over the edge. So try to think back when your ex probably told you time and time again what was pissing them off and you weren't listening. So maybe you need to go and work on your listening skills. Maybe you've got a temper problem. Maybe you weren't paying enough attention to your partner. Maybe you was giving them too much attention. Either way, we just don't know if they will reach out. So I always say, operate from the position of assuming they will never reach out. If you do that, if you have no expectations, you can't be disappointed. And that'd be the best way to handle this. I know this is probably something you don't want to hear. You probably want me to tell you, oh, look, if you wait 30 days, they're going to reach out. I don't know if they'll do that. So that's all I have for you on this topic. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. Any questions, put them below and I'll do my best to answer them. And I'll see you on the other side.